I'm gonna have to cut down another tree. Hello everybody, it's Obring, and today I wanted to bring you a Let's Play. And I wanted to do something slightly different today. And I'm going to give myself a special rule, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Now, in Minecraft, and this, by the way, is Feed the Beast, in case you hadn't noticed by the minimap and the Walia. In a lot of Let's Plays, you get to see people gather resources, I guess, or especially for FTB, you get to see them sort of automate stuff, which is cool, which is really cool. I really do enjoy some of the clever ways that people decide to automate. Ooh, nifty. To automate their shops or their bases or whatever. And people are really clever and come up with some really cool stuff. But for me, I'm not one of those people who likes to stick down a quarry and gather like 5 billion diamonds and 3 billion gold, and I don't really care about that. I care about having just enough materials to make myself something cool looking. And in order to do that, I wanted to come up with a rule for myself. Because what I see a lot of is this sort of this battle between form and function when it comes to Feed the Beast. I see people who make really pretty stuff like BOO, but doesn't necessarily function. And then I see, well, what do I want to build? Sorry, I'm talking and doing things. And then I see people like Direwolf, whose pack I'm using, make some really interesting gadgets and devices that you get a lot of stuff done. They're really efficient, and they're really powerful devices that he can come up with. But his buildings are kind of hideous. and I think he knows this. I don't think I'm insulting him or anything. I think he understands that he's not necessarily the best builder in the world. I want to try to combine these two things as best I can. That's kind of my goal right now, is that I want to both have a build that is pretty and functional. And in order to do that for myself, I'm imposing myself one rule. At least I'm starting off with one rule. I might have to impose myself more rules as I go along. Because I find that I'm more creative when I'm sort of stuck within confines of what I can or can't do. Having Minecraft being as big as it is, having so much freedom can actually be overwhelming, and I end up just not building anything interesting because of it. But when I give myself some restrictions or some guidelines, I feel like I build some much more interesting stuff. So, considering that this is a Direwolf pack, I decided that one of the best ways for me to honor the fact that this is a Direwolf pack and this is what I'm using is to give myself one rule to start with, which is that all of my rooms have to be 9 by 9. Not necessarily the building itself. I think I can make buildings with 9 by 9s around, but that I want to be my first rule, is that all my buildings must be 9 by 9s. Now, what that's going to entail is that the outside walls have to be 9 by 9. I think that makes the inside 7 by 7. And then all of them have to have walls between them. So there has to be a wall. So I can't cheat and make myself like a 9 by 18 or anything silly like that. It actually has to be a 9 by 9 connected to a 9 by 9. So, and I guess I'll show you once I've actually built something like it. So that's going to be my first rule. Everything, all of my rooms, every room that I ever build has to fit into that 9 by 9 square. That's my first rule for myself. And I might add more rules when it comes to, and I'm not going to add any silly rules about the way that I'm playing. I'm just going to add rules about the way that I build, because I'm really more interested in the way that I build things. I've been having a lot of fun sort of experimenting with creating more modern buildings as opposed to what you see a lot of Minecrafters do, at least in Let's Plays, which are more medievalish kind of buildings, more sort of fantasy-based buildings, but you don't get a lot of new modern buildings, and I feel like it's something that isn't explored as much as it should be, especially when you have such great packs as direwolves, which gives you this array of colors and textures that you can use. And so I want to explore that. I want to explore my own creativity when I'm building this. With that said, I guess I also don't want to show off the berries. The going around gathering materials part of things. I feel like there's plenty of places that do that, and you can see that. And I also don't necessarily want to show off the how machine work thing. I feel like there are YouTubers who are much better at that than I am. I suck at them because I mostly don't know what half of these machines do. And most of me doing it is trial and error or copying someone else's work. So I don't want to do that. However, I feel like I'm much more original when it comes to the actual building style that I have. So that's really what I want to focus on, is that building style that is just Obering. So here comes the first night. Let's take care of that. So with all that said, I think I'm not going to focus... no. I don't think I'm going to focus on going around exploring caves or showing you how to build a quarry, how to set up a quarry, or showing you how to set up an automated or doubling mechanic or any of that jazz. I don't think I need to. I think you are going to find much better places to figure that stuff up. I am going to show you, however, what I build. So, with all that, oh my god, it's like rambled on for minutes. With all that said, I'm going to take a pause here, and I will see you as soon as I have my very first 9x9 building. Alright dudes, I'm back, and I kind of fudged it up a little. So, I did all this, and I actually recorded doing all this. What I didn't record was my mic. So, while I talked about adding patterns and windows and details, I kind of forgot to record that shit. So, yes. But, at the end of the day, I guess I got built, and that's the important part. So, 9x9 cabin. Done? Not quite. Getting there, though. Oh, see what I mean? Not done yet. Not done. Getting there. What I did want to bring you all back for, at least, was maybe seeing some of the detail work that needs to get done. But before I do that, let me sort of explain the bits that I've done. I had my 9x9 base. This is 9x9, let's get 7x7 on the inside. I wanted to do a log cabin. That was just sort of the theme, I guess, that I went with. One of the first things I started with was that I wanted to focus on having this porch on the outside, and even this porch still needs a little bit of railing, so I'll get around to that. But I wanted this porch, and then from there I just sort of developed the rest of it. I went for more realistic looking windows with frames around them, so it's not just solid windows. Problem with that is it looks a little silly on the inside because I can't place micro blocks on these like inside corners. I think I can live with it though. This is the inside, and I think I'm gonna have to go to bed real quick. And there's a creeper over there. Let me go to bed, and I'll be right back, and I'll finish explaining things. All right. So sorry. Finish explaining things. Lighting. Now I think if I do this, and I hit F7, then there are just no places for mobs to spawn. Did I actually hit F7? Maybe I didn't. There it is. I did now. That's not bad. Are glass bells still a thing? They used to be a thing. I thought they were a bibliocraft thing, or maybe they were an I think there might have been a equivalent exchange thing. So 4 torches lights us up nicely. I might replace them over time with glowstone or even like lamps of some sort. I like the bibliocraft lamps a decent amount. I guess we could do these lamps. These lamps are pretty cool, but I would have to find sort of the right color. And I might do that. I might go around and see what I could find to make these lamps, or I might do the bibliocraft lamps because they're cool. But I'm gonna mess with that. I just don't have the. No, I have to do it now because I don't like the way that looks. So why don't I cook up some stone then? Do I have... Alright dudes, I am back. I have done so many fuck-ups, it's not even funny anymore. I'm slightly frustrated, but I'm just going to end the episode because so many fuck-ups. I have, like I said before I left, have added the stone lamps. I made some stone lamps. I think they look really good. I do want to eventually switch them out with the blood-stained stone lamps because I'm going to really like the red accent that's going to bring this. And in order to prepare for that, I have already given my little breakfast nook some red. And we have a red bed, so we have plenty of red. I've also added some chest and crafting table, or whatchamacallit table, tool station, which you can access from the crafting table, which I didn't know until I stuck it on there. I was like, awesome, and you can actually repair your tools. I tried it out. It's pretty cool. So, awesome sauce there. A bookcase, I'm going to add something here, probably a table of some sort, or something to make this look, maybe another bookcase, I'm not 100% sure. Armor stand, I have a little bit of extra armor, why not? And overall though, I am really happy with the way this, my first 9x9 has ended. I will be doing some of the detail work next, so adding that stuff, the snow at the top so that it looks like it's freshly snowed up there. I'm going to try to add a little logging section here, as you can tell we have an extra log in my axe. But overall, really happy with the results. I'll do a little bit of cleanup and take care of that before next episode, as well as planning for the next episode, which I think is going to be a storage room. Because as you can tell, 9x9s are tiny, especially when you're trying to make them function. So I'm going to try to make a nice big storage room. Again, looks good, but it's going to function as a storage room. That'll be a separate building from this building. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. If you could give me a like, get a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And you all have yourselves a fun Minecraft. Alright dudes, I'm back. I'm not cheerful. Oh, there's a spoon there. Spoon. My tea is not nice and sweet and warm and soothing at the moment. Probably part of the frustration. So let's fix that. That's fixed. Much better. Sort of. I don't think I let it steep long enough. I should remember to do that. So I'll have to make myself more tea. That's okay. Things that we can do.